Spanish 4 Contemporary Life Vocab 46 through 50. To translate is traducir. They both start with T-R-A. That's helpful. But I want you to notice something. Traducir ends in U-C-I-R, which would produce user or usir. Pretend you're in France or in Belgium or something, and there's this big sign that you think is important, but you can't read what it says because it's another language. And you see an elderly man standing next to you and you say, "Excuse me, do you, sir, know how to translate that sign? Do you, sir, know how to translate that sign?" Now, we've learned several verbs that end in UCIR. Conducir, producir, traducir. And if you see a verb in Spanish that ends in UCIR, it's going to be what I call a Z verb. A Z is going to appear in the present tense. The yo form of traducir is not traduco, it's traduzco. Conducir is not conduco, it's conduzco. So anytime you see a Spanish verb that ends in UCIR, like producir, conducir, traducir, remember it's a Z verb. Now, translator, a person or thing that translates, is traductor. Okay? Pretend you're at a petting zoo with your nieces and nephews, and this duck comes up and looks at you very seriously and says, "Quack, quack, quack, quack," and starts quacking. And you look at the duck and say, "I'm sorry, I don't speak duck. I guess I need to find a translator." So a duck comes up to you at the petting zoo and starts quacking. Quack, quack, quack. And you say, "I don't speak duck. I need to find a translator." So traductor is translator. Pretend you're outside the grocery store and you can't get your key into the car. You can't get your key into the car. And you're about to say something bad when a woman comes up behind you and says, "Excuse me, I think you're mistaken. That's my car, not yours." Wouldn't that be embarrassing? And you look up and you realize you drive almost the same car as hers and you're like 2 spaces over. So equivocarse is to be wrong or to be mistaken because you were trying to put your key in the wrong car. Customs is something you need to go through when you travel between countries. They check to make sure you're not translating food or animals or anything illegal. So you're at the airport and you turn to your friend and say, "Do you and Anna still need to go through customs?" Do you and Anna still need to go through customs? So aduana is customs. Now to acquire is adquirir. It looks almost like acquire, but notice it has an AD. Every time I see an ad on television, I want to acquire that product. Get it? Every time I see an ad, AD, on television, I want to acquire that product. So to acquire is adquirir. All right, time for a post quiz. I will cover up the Spanish, take a few moments, look at the English, and give the Spanish equivalents. This has been Spanish 4 Contemporary Life Vocab 46 through 50.